list methods. Already we have completed append, extend, and already we have compare, append and extend, count and index. In this lecture we will start insert list method. Myself Konkon Jana, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JAS Group, Joint Venture. So let's start. Before starting, just I am telling you about the Module 4 of Part 4. In this section, we will discuss the pending of the topics of the method, that is the insert method, which is used to update a list by inserting value in an index. In this particular type of position, the value will be inserted. So, how that will be inserted? Just I am writing a syntax. The name of the method is insert, and the syntax of which, suppose this is the list object, and I like to insert some item. Where I like to insert it, I need to mention the index number. In that place, the item will be inserted. That will be the item value. So index number about, I like to tell, that is the where item value need to be inserted. Okay, and what about the item value? Item value is the any type of value, any type of value. Okay, that means have any type of data. Okay, one thing you need to know, that this is very important, that I like to discuss, is that it will insert value, okay, and it will not replace value, not replace value, it will not replace the value. So all existing item in the list will unchanged. Okay, that means it will preserve the previous value. Preserve list item. Preserve list item. So, how to preserve it? Now, just writing the code, how the value will be preserved. Okay. First, I am creating a list L1 equals to this, and the value are, suppose, A, C and D. Okay, so the list values are A, C and D. Now I like to insert the value onto the list, and the values are 1 and B. Okay, so now check the list values. Fine. So A, B, C, D already you have inserted, and in which positions you have inserted? At the index value position 1 you have inserted. Okay, B, and the rest values after the index value 1 are shifted. C and D, these all are shifted. Okay, so this is about the insert method that you can use in list. Now next, the methods we like to discuss is remove, which is used to remove an item from a list. Remove an item from a list. Okay. List object, remove and item value. Item value, that means the item already exists in the list, that will be removed from the list. Okay, so if there are more than one item value, then all these items will be deleted with the same value? No, all the item value will not be deleted. Only first occurrence, only first occurrence of the value will be removed. Okay, giving a code example. I know. So that way you can remove all these things. Now suppose I am creating a list. The name of the list is L1 and the value that will be exist onto this list is A, and the next value is this, and the next one is A, and the next one is the item C. Okay, so already my list is created with these items A, B, A, C. Clear? Now I like to remove the value A. Remove the value A from this list. Okay. Clear? So as per our statement I made that the first occurrence will be deleted. That means only A will be deleted. How many items with the value A exist? There are 2 items with the value A exist. Okay, so test what is the output for this one. So the outputted value will be B, A and C. So in that way I can delete any existing item within the list, just within the value. Okay, and the index and the corresponding index value will be shifted for the from right to left position. Okay, another method of list I like to discuss is pop, which also is used to remove item but from the end of the list. like a stack operations, the pop will remove the value from the top of the list. It will maintain the data structure of stack. So what is the syntax of using the pop method? This is the pop method. Okay. Now I am writing the syntax of pop method. The list object will be popped. Okay. The list object will be popped. So you not need to mention any type of arguments, or you not need to pass any type of arguments through this function pop. So it remove item from the end of the list and return the popped item. Okay, and return the popped item. Fantastic. Okay, so how much time it will exist? It will pop the value one by one. Just I need to execute the methods, nothing else. Okay, so now go for the code to pop the value. Okay, so L1 is this. Okay, now first pop it. Okay, the popped value is C, and the items exist in this list are B and A. So the last items was C and it is popped. Now you can store this value. Okay, so this value into another variable for your further use. Okay, clear? So we will contain the value A. Okay, so we will contain the value. In that way we can pop the value, and to maintain the data structure of stack we can use this pop method. Now the last list method I like to discuss is reverse method. Reverse method. Okay, how reverse method will be used and why it will be used? That will reverse the string. That will reverse the string. That means within the list the value will be reversed. Okay, that means the items will be reversed within the list. Okay, so syntax of it is list object, then access the method reverse. You not need to pass any arguments. Okay, after that the list will be reversed. Okay, the list will be reversed. Okay, so just with the code I can see how the list will be reversed. L1 suppose I have created with the value 1, 2, 3, 100, 200, 300. Okay, so these all are the values in the list. What are the values in the list? 1, 2, 300, 200 and 300. Now reverse this list. That means you like to reverse the items within this list. Okay. So items reverse. So now at the index point 0, the value will be 300. 1 at index value will be 200 and so on. So test it. Okay, fine. So the value 300, 200, 100, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. Only the items are reverse. In that way, we can revert string, revert the number, but the basic idea behind the reverse method is to reverse the item. Okay, already we have discussed many methods that can be applied onto the list. Now, next very interesting process that I like to discuss is list comprehension. First, I give you an example. List comprehensions. First, I give you an example, then I will explain it so it will be better understood by you. Basically, it's a technique of code optimization. Okay. So, what is about the code? Okay. Now, just I am creating an example. Okay. That is, I have create a object. The name of the object is list object, and that is the empty list. Okay. Now I like to visit the list object. I like to visit the list object and like to insert the value into this list object. One by one I will increase. For statement I have used, I will give the index value and within the range 0 to 3 it will go, and this is the prompt for the user. I use the variable s and that the value will be inputted by this one, and within the list object one by one I will insert the value. In which position? In the position will be started from 0 and it will goes one by one. Next, run this one to find out the result, what actually have happened. Before that, I need to save this statement. Okay. Now run it. For the index value 0, I like to insert the value as A, next B and C. Okay. So my list object now contain all this value. These all are A, B and C. Okay. Next, I like to add some code within this block. Again, I have created another method or another procedure to add some item into a variable. Okay, in which by the help of the method append. Okay, that means the value of the method, value of the list object will be appended into the list object 2. List object 2 is the empty list, and one by one that will be appended. Okay. Now see what will be happened. Okay, one thing I like to mention you that list object will be created again, and I need to insert the value in a fresh right now. Okay, now run this value. Okay, again I am inserting the value A, B, C. Okay, so the value will be contained within this list object is A, B, C. Okay, in my code I have retrieved the item value from the list object and append it onto the list object to value. List object to value. So list object to have some items. Now these are the A, B, C. Okay, so there are many codes we have written. Many line of codes we have written. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 line of codes we have written to copy the value from one object to another object. Okay, which one is the empty list? In this code we add insert items in a list and append list in another list, nothing else. Now I am writing another code to do the same thing. Okay, to do the same thing I will write simply another code. Okay, suppose L1 is a list object and that is have the value X, next one is Y, and the last one is Z. So items are X, Y and Z. Okay, so L1 have this value. Okay, now create another empty list with respect to this code. I can show you it again. Okay, this is the list object 2. I have created L2 list. Okay, clear? So in L2 list I did not assign any value, so that will be the empty list. That means no value will be there. L2 does not contain any items. So LT list object does not have any item. Okay, now like to append same item in L2 list object like that. Okay, in a single line of code. How we can use it? Just I am writing this code. L2 assign the value item of L1 will be appended. That means item for item in the range L1 in the list L1 will be appended. Okay, clear? Now test the values of the list L2. Fine. So how many lines you have taken? 7 lines. More than 7 lines you have written. But in this code only 1 line I have written to create it. Okay, nothing else. We have seen many functions and methods applied in list. Okay, so this is called actually the list comprehension method. Here we did not use any separate method or function to do that, but it's a technique by which we can comprehend the list. Okay, So most of these are also applied in list. Now those functions and methods already I have discussed for list, all this can be applied onto the tuples also. Most of the syntax are same. Okay, so I am writing code to test it one by one. Okay, these all are the codes that I like to test for this one. Some of them are visited already. We have created the tuple, empty tuple we have created, the tuple also have created with the values. Okay, tuple creation, indexing, slicing. Okay, number of items, how many items are there, the maximum items within the tuple, minimum, and I like to sort the tuple also. Okay, also in the reverse way I like to sort this one. Okay, so one by one I will show you the code. Okay, first I have created tuple t1. Okay, now so this is the syntax of creating an empty tuple. Okay, creating empty tuple. Okay, now test its type. Fine. So this is a tuple. Now create this tuple with some value. Now create this tuple with some value. Similar way we can do that. Okay. So values are this and type of this object is tuple. Okay. Now indexing is exist here or not. Okay. Same syntax like list we have to use for indexing. So at index value 0, the value is kn. Now test it. Okay, fine. So this is similar with the list. Next, I like to slice the value of tuple. Okay, same syntax will be applied. Equal syntax will be applied. Okay, it will start it from the index 0 and this is the number of items within the list and the step is 1. That is slicing. String tuple slicing. Okay, so the value will be kn and 40. Clear? So these are the tuple. Now how many items exist in the tuple? Okay, 3. Okay, so this is the length. Basically length means the number of items exist within the tuple. Find out the maximum value within the tuple. Same function will be used. Okay, which one is the maximum? Depending on the ASCII value it will find out. Okay, before that, for better understanding, just I am change the value. Okay, 1 and this. Okay. tuple max min function I like to discuss. Okay, so this is my tuple, and which one is the max value? This is the max value, and this is C within this tuple. And what is the mean of this tuple? This is 1. Okay, now I can also sort the tuple like list. Now sort it. Okay, so I have sorted the tuple items. Now you can also reverse it. Also you can reverse it. So what you have to do? You have to use the properties reverse. Use the properties reverse, and it have the boolean value. I set the value to 2. Okay, and the output is this. Okay, so we have completed list and tuple in details. Thank you.